Oh, bro, I'm here, baby. Come on now.
Cool. Okay, let's roll.
we in this thing, baby.
You can kick it off if you want.
We in this thing. It's kicked off. What you mean I can kick it off? Baby, I'm like, look, bienvenidos, Sayulita. At the point of recording, your boy in Mexico. Look, I got a margarita. I got my shades on still. I'm a few steps away from the beach. Well, and if you watch it on YouTube, I got my cigars. Bro, I'm living my life.
You living life. Yeah.
Bro,
I'm over here at my wonderful apartment, chilling.
It is lavish, though.
Malcolm didn't invite me to Mexico, everyone.
Well, because naturally, as you know, I came down for work, but like I'm gonna take my shades off, but I came down for work, and then I extended a little bit for leisure because you can do a little work play,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's smart.
Yeah. So next time when I'm playing longer, I'll invite you and be like, hey, come see me for a few days, bro, because it's a vibe. I think you would thoroughly enjoy it down here.
Oh, I believe that. It looks beautiful.
Especially like
from the stuff you show.
Especially the town I'm in. It's like it's not really touristy. It's in Sayulita, and it's like a little further up from Puerto Vallarta, so it's like a nice little getaway. You know what I'm saying? Like you can walk anywhere in town because it's like literally super super tiny. So
that's dope.
Yeah, bro. It's just super great, and congrats to longtime supporter of Unfiltered Gems and also myself. She's been pivotal to like my career as an entertainer and as a DJ. Formerly Brittany Bryant, but now I'm talking about the new Mrs. Brittany Lopez, and shout out to her husband,
nice.
My brother Ernesto. They got married here this weekend, and they were so
That's
kind
awesome.
enough to fly me out and put me up for a few days, and of course I DJ their wedding, and as of this weekend I can now put international DJ on the resume. Now we've officially done it now. So, man,
off to the races.
Off to the races. It's done, man. So, Hale, talk to me, brother. How are you? How was your weekend, bro?
Man, I feel good, man. Really, really good. A lot of good stuff over the weekend. Got to spend time with the family. Had a good Thanksgiving. Went to church. That was really good, and just got to chill, man. It was really fun. I caught up on some really good, actually, movies and shows this weekend, which are amazing. King Richard, if you haven't saw that yet, man, really good movie. Yeah, Will Smith did his thing in that movie. I know we was talking about how he hasn't had a lot of blockbusters lately. This one was really good. But shout out to Kevin Hart, man. His new show on Netflix, True Story.
I watched part of the first episode, bro. Don't tell me anything. Okay, we might have this podcast. We might have to do a whole episode during the holidays, bro. Go on.
When I say this man, Kevin Hart, killed this, I was like blown away. This is the best thing he's ever done thus far, I would have to say, in his career.
Wow.
Thus far. His acting in this, like, because we've never seen him in such a serious role. And I know, me too, I've always kind of criticized him as an actor because he's more of a comedian than an actor to me. But this was, man, he killed this, bro. He really, really killed it. So this was really, really good. So I was excited to see him.
Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes still doing it.
You're still doing it. Like I only watched half of the first episode, but he had me so frustrated. I was like, golly, he's good. Like I was mad,
bro.
You
are in for a treat.
I had to turn it off because I was trying to watch it before going to sleep, and I said, no, this is too stressful. So
you gotta check it out, bro. The way it was written and the way they did it, it was really, really good, really well done. So definitely check that out. I know a lot of people are talking about that. So yeah, man, that's what I did. Caught up on that, spent time with family, and just had a good Thanksgiving, bro. So excited for today's show. Got a lot of good stuff to talk about, man. So I'm ready to get it popping.
Well, let's do it, brother. Welcome. Bienvenidos to Unfiltered Gems, y'all. Unfiltered Gems podcast. I wish I knew how to say it in Spanish, but I don't. So, me llamo, though, is Malcolm Alexander.
And I'm Ryan Hale. What's going on?
Okay, look, we gonna get right on down to it. I'm not gonna let the margaritas or the cigars get to me this episode. I might a little bit, but look, we gonna handle it. Okay, let's talk, y'all. You already know. Okay, I'm a DJ. Hale is just a connoisseur, and you're a musician at heart. Like you have all the musical bones. I can't even try to undercut your music knowledge or your music acumen. You know what I'm saying? So we're both excited for the Grammys. And every
Absolutely.
year, no matter how you feel about it politically, I definitely have my reservations as well. The Grammys is still the Grammys, man, and it's always interesting every single year to see what gets nominated, maybe what doesn't. Hale, before I dive into some of the nominations and what some that might be surprising, we always got to talk about snubs. Is there anybody that you think got snubbed? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's always a huge. Who do you think got snubbed this year?
That's so tough, man. I really, really liked my biggest snub, but I know that he probably wasn't going to get a nod because of politics. But for me, best rap album, one of the best rap albums that I heard this year was Isaiah Rashad's House is Burning. That album was amazing to me.
Fire.
That was my probably, if not my favorite, one of my favorite rap albums of the year. Definitely my top 2 or 3. So I really, really enjoyed that album. And then seeing some of the nominations for rap album, especially like most of those albums were just mid to me. Obviously, I'm a huge Drake fan and a J. Cole fan, so I really enjoyed those albums. But Nas's King's Disease 2 didn't do anything for me. Oh, I'm sorry. I really like Tyler, the Creator's album as well. But Donda and Nas's album, I could have did without those two. I don't understand those nominations. But more politics, like you mentioned earlier, so I guess I get it from the political standpoint, but I don't think those two were deserving of the nomination, especially over Isaiah. I think that album was amazing from top to bottom.
I don't know if it's like, I promise it's not Drake hate, but to hear you slander Drake in some capacity, you're just saying that you don't think that he was deserving of the Grammy nod. It's slander from you to say that you don't think he deserved a Grammy nod.
No. I didn't say Drake wasn't deserving of the. I said Nas and Kanye.
Oh, you really think that this?
Don't put words in my mouth.
Okay, all right. Look,
Bro,
but you really
CLB
think
was
you
really
really
good.
think you think? But do you think CLB should be a Grammy award-winning album though?
Why not? What's wrong with that?
Stop. No, okay, no. It's dick riding. I'm sorry.
But listen,
riding.
The reason why you don't want it to win is because you liked, for example, you loved Tyler's album, which was a good album, but you liked
it was an
Tyler's
incredible rap album. Like, I'm sorry, like if we're talking the recipe of a good rap album, and if Tyler is put under rap, which I think this was a rap album, so it's like him being put there, I'm not too mad at. Where Igor was a lot more of like Kanye said in the Drink Champs interview, right? Like, calling me a rapper is damn near the equivalent of calling me the N-word. Now, are they the same thing? Right. No, but like understanding actually how, in a lot of artist context, I think especially for Tyler, especially for a Kanye, right? To call them merely a rapper is reductive of their actual artistry, I would say.
Facts. And I would say the same thing for J. Cole or Drake too, because I think they've got some amazing artistry, especially Drake. But I'm saying that I feel like Drake's album is worthy of a Grammy nomination, especially if we're looking at the rest of the artists in the category not named Tyler, the Creator, or J. Cole.
Okay.
Like,
you know who got snubbed?
Donda's not worthy of it. Nas is not worthy of it. Go ahead.
You know who really got snubbed? I'm telling you, there's a snub, and I don't think people are talking about it enough. And I'm honestly upset. I'm going to make a lot of y'all mad, because clearly, if it ain't mac and cheese, it's going to be something else. The Migos got snubbed for a Grammy. Culture 3, they skated.
It was so good. That was a really good album.
I'm sorry, the Drake feature on that album alone
it was a really good
better.
Yeah.
The Drake feature alone on that album was better than all of CLB. That album, Culture 3, they skated over a Temptation sample on Avalanche. Like, what?
Bro, that was the best workout. That was the best workout album of the year.
And there's no mention of it. Now, mind you, a lot of time when we're talking about snubs or certain things like that, now you have to apply, right? Your team, your label, your people have to apply you to get Grammy nominated. That's why a couple months before the nominations, you do see a lot of artists post up, hey, for your consideration, right?
Right.
And pretty much their campaign for them to be Grammy nominated. And then, of course, the Academy then will add those nominees in. So we don't know, but I don't know. I want to say the Migos got applied. You know what I'm saying? They their whole press run was Ellen DeGeneres and James Corden. Like they don't even got to do hip hop radio no more.
Yeah.
So it's like
That's
from
true.
a political standpoint, like their entire press run was like Jimmy Fallon, Ellen, Corden. Like they damn near did a Colbert interview. Like you know what I'm saying? Like Offset be going on the Daily Show with Trevor Noah. Like you are no longer like hip hop. They didn't have to do only Breakfast Club or only Big Boy. You know what I'm saying? So I think politically, that's where I want people to think like what their team did for them when the album dropped, put them on a larger stage now. And I think we have to take the politics of the pandemic too. And I think the pandemic fucked up performing, and it still is fucking up performing for a lot of artists too. And that's where, you know, when you can see the successful tour, when you can see the successful shows coupled with also the radio play. I don't think there's a lot of singles for the Migos. You know, I think we like the album, but I don't think there was any, and I don't listen to the radio all the time, but I didn't even, I heard it when it dropped, but I didn't hear Avalanche on the radio, or I didn't hear too many of the tracks on the radio. Yeah. But I think they got snubbed.
That's true.
High key on some real serious shit. Yo, Migos had a very mainstream, real Ellen DeGeneres, not the fake Ellen as we talked about on our previous episodes, but they had a press run with the real Ellen. I'm just saying, the Migos got snubbed, man. So what we want to do real quick, let's run through our picks for the nominations of what we have. Of course, there's going to be some upsets. This year, I don't think there's this many upsets. I wasn't emotionally tied to too much new music this year. So none of these nominations like surprised me, or none of them were like, oh, you know, like I said the Migos got snubbed. Yo, not much really popping. What I would say, though, is there are people that I do want to win more than others. I think it's really obvious who might win. Let's start first with a Record of the Year nominations. ABBA did come back with an album this year. I Still Have Faith in You. Shout out to John Baptiste. Freedom, his album. I Get a Kick Out of You. Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga. Again, this is for Record of the Year, right? Record and album are different categories, but these are albums, people. Right? Records. So Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga had an album. Or these are songs, pardon me. Peaches, Justin Bieber, Daniel Caesar, Giveon, y'all know that one. Right on Time, Brandy Carlisle, Kiss Me More, Doja and SZA, Happier Than Ever, Billie Eilish, Montero, Call Me By Your Name, Lil Nas X, Driver's License, Olivia Rodrigo, and Leave the Door Open, Silk Sonic. Of these, who do you think is going to win? Let's. I think I already know where you're at with who you think should win. Okay, who do you want to win? Who do you think is going to win this?
I honestly think I'm trying to think politics too, but I honestly think Silk Sonic may take it.
Yeah,
they've been getting a lot of play since the album dropped. I've seen them on every award show the past week. Yeah, weeks.
Soul Train Awards doing Fly As Me. Yep. I mean, we all know that that's the hit on the album. Oh and so that good. Performance just, incredible.
Exactly. So, and I've seen so many people talk about this song outside of the genre. Like, I was watching Tamala Mann on the Terrell show, and she was singing "Leave the Door Open." Like,
for Jesus,
everybody
for
knows
Jesus,
the song.
Of course. You know what I'm saying? For Jesus, I want to hear. I want to hear that reinterpolated during worship, because I feel
so stupid. I do not. As an avid churchgoer, I do not want to hear that
for Jesus. I just.
I'm good on that. Yeah, they can keep that one. No, but yeah, I think Silk Sonic's gonna take that one. What about you?
I want to say Silk Sonic, but I really think actually it could either go Olivia Rodrigo from Driver's License. That was the biggest smash on TikTok. She she went to the White House with it. Like that song was. I don't even like the song. But it just was. You couldn't escape it. And if I'm really proud of Lil Nas X. I think it's fucking incredible that a young black gay kid is getting this much critical appeal. And the whole Call Me By Your Name thing was all divisive. Everyone had an opinion about it. I just think politically too, his team knew what they were doing with putting that shit out there this year. And so I want to see Lil Nas win. He also swept at the last Grammy too. Not the last one, but he won for Country Road, Old Town Road, whatever.
Oh, he did win that.
He went for that. So, I still think it's really special for a pop artist at his stature to still win, and for how he assigns and who he is. I just think it's really, really incredible. Wasn't feeling his album much, but I just love seeing this man get his flowers. Same as I love seeing Doja get her flowers. I'm gonna say Driver's License is gonna win Record of the Year.
Okay,
I will say that. Okay, we got to run through album. I want to run through super, super quick. Album of the year, we got John Baptiste, We Are. We got Tony Bennett, Lady Gaga, Love for Sale. We have Justice, Justin Bieber. Planet Her, Doja Cat. Happier Than Ever, Billie Eilish. Back of My Mind, Her. Montero, Lil Nas X. Sour, Olivia Rodrigo. Evermore, Taylor Swift, and Donda. Once again, how did it? But you know the team.
Bro, that's so stupid to
his
me.
team,
That
his
is
team
so
working.
stupid.
Oh my God.
Goodness.
And then Donda for Kanye. Who do you think is taking album of the year, Hale?
That's tough, bro. I didn't even listen to a couple of these. But just going off of here, I'm being biased off of my favorite album off the list that I heard. Would have to be Hers. I think me and you talked about this off camera. But I really, really liked her album. I think she had a good list of features on there, a good mix of music, and she was kind of giving a little bit of everything on that album, I think. And obviously her musicality is amazing. She plays a little bit of every instrument too. So I thought it was dope. I really liked her album though. So that would be who I would want to win, who is going to win. I mean, like we just said, why the heck is Kanye West even up for album of the year? So
I mean, he definitely.
I have no idea who's going to win that, but
I
would love to see her take that one.
I did think her album was great. And on this list, I did listen to majority of them. Other than I've watched a lot of the Tony Bennett, Lady Gaga performances because I do love some old crooner show tunes on occasion. But I think of this. I don't think of the Olivia Rodrigo album was as impactful. I think what Taylor Swift did this year with attempting to record all her old music so she can own it all and monetize it, because Scooter Braun owns all of her masters, and so she's not getting all that paid off her music in a sense. I think was really dope. But I think from the most impactful album. Sorry, there's like mosquitoes and a few bugs out here in Sayulita that I'm just hoarding away. I actually, not only do I want Doja to win, but I think Doja, believe it or not, and this would be just such this would be such a big win for an artist. I think Doja can actually win. And and here's why. Not only was this Doja's last year and this year Doja's mega meteoric year for really rising to pop, and she's been releasing just album after album after album like she's trying to get out of a contract. She's been releasing them. This, I think, compared to any album on here, had the most singles that went up on the charts. Justice Justice could win this too potentially. Because Bieber did like he had a few that you heard, but like Peaches was the bigger one,
and I think
and he had like one or two. Like no, he might only had two. Yo, Planet Her, and even if they're not singles, they're TikToks. So I feel like you haven't, even if you tried to
now.
If you tried to avoid Doja this year, there was no way. You Right with The Weeknd is a single. Kiss Me More, that's a -- single. You have Need to Know. That's a #1 single right now. Get Into It. That's that shit's like that's a huge one on TikTok. Woman, huge one on TikTok. Fire Afrobeat one. Like Options with JD. Like it but I think there's still, dude, she's got more singles. She got singles almost same way Fergie on Duchess had singles. No matter how people feel about Fergie, tell me that nobody know that Duchess album if you was consuming music in the early 2000s.
We can't nobody look at Fergie the same.
Look, I know we can't, but I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Look, the picture book too. Y'all see the picture book? Golly.
Oh, that thing was hilarious.
Oh my God, I love it. So I think Doja really has the potential to take this one. It'd be really, really, really dope. I want to see her do it. Okay, look, I want to move on quick podcast today. Look, what I'm going to dive into, we got to dive into Best New Artist. Okay, that's it. We'll hit the hip hops and we'll get out of here. Look, I want to know, who do you think should win of Best New Artist? Nominees include Arouge Aftab, Jimmy Allen, Baby Keem, Phineas, Glass Animals, Japanese Breakfast. They have a fucking song called Roadhead. It is so good. Like Japanese Breakfast is a vibe. The Kid Laroi, Arlo Parks. And I adore Arlo. Her voice is just incredible. Olivia Rodrigo, and Hale. We got to draw attention to Yo Girl. Well, I mean, I don't know. Now she might have a new boo.
Let's not talk about that.
Sweetie.
I still support my woman.
Oh man, I know. Look. I'm still as we said at Friends here. Prayer works. So I'm still praying on.
It's stupid.
I'm still praying on you and Sweetie, man. Who do you think should win Best New Artist, y'all?
Man, that's tough, bro. I would either say Baby Keem or Olivia Rodrigo, to be honest. I liked Baby Keem and some of the songs that he did with Kendrick on his album. And his album overall really didn't hit for me.
It didn't move me.
But the Kendrick songs that he did were good, mainly because of Kendrick. But he had his verses were good.
Top of the morning.
Yeah.
Top of the morning. Let's get this shit.
Man, it gets me hyped every time.
Yeah.
But Olivia Rodrigo, like you mentioned earlier, she's been all over TikTok, all over social media, stuff like that, and she's had a really great run this year. So I probably could see her winning more than Baby Keem, but even a nod for Baby Keem is huge. So I would lean more for Baby Keem, obviously, but I can see Olivia winning.
I'm with you. I really, I want to see Keem win so bad, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I think Olivia Rodrigo's gonna like just off politics alone is gonna like totally take this. It would be so interesting to see Keem win this. If not, I think politically, like people got to realize, no matter how you feel about Sweetie and the music, whatever, yo, like what her team did this year though, she got a Sprite campaign. She got the McDonald's meal, yo. In a year that Travis Scott and BTS, now pre-Astroworld, Travis Scott already a global artist. BTS, global artist group. Like you can't even just be like K-pop group. No, they're global, man. Like that army is massive. So like to know like Sweetie got that in contingency with them, yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, so I don't know. I think that they might shock us with Best New Artist at the Grammys. They could. They just might. We got to talk rap. We got to talk some hip hop stuff. Okay, we're gonna dive right on in. Once again, there's some things in this category that I'm just confused about, but my campaign begins now for Family Ties to win Best Rap Performance. We got to talk Best Rap Performance category. As I said, Family Ties. We have Cardi B's Up. We have My Life, J. Cole featuring 21 Savage and Murray. Way Too Sexy, Drake, Future and Young Thug. And Thought Shit, Megan Thee Stallion. Who you got?
Man, for me, I love Drake, but that was actually one of my least favorite songs on the whole album.
That song is cringy.
Yeah. Family Ties. It's either Family Ties or My Life for me. I really, really, really liked My Life. So that would be my nod a little bit over Family Ties, but I would not be mad if Family Ties won because that song was really, really good too.
If Family Ties won, you have no idea. It would be like if the Cardinals won for you.
That's how happy you would be?
I'm so serious. Family Ties does something to me. It is just it's not even a gym song to me. Family Ties is we're gonna get to the best gospel album one day. It's gospel, man. It's just Family Ties is so good. It's so good. But I think politically, and it's a massive song. I think Cardi got this Up.
Oh yeah.
I think Cardi
you hear that
got
song
this.
everywhere.
You hear it everywhere, and it's a fire record. It's fucking great. I love that song. Yeah. I adore that song. So yeah, I think Cardi has that one in the bag. I'd be really shocked if I'd be shocked if Family Ties won, but be hype. I'd be shocked if Thought Shit won because I'd be like, it just wasn't as big of a song.
Right.
Like Up had we caught Up right before all the black dancers left TikTok. So Thought Shit never got a TikTok dance. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
Up was it. So we gonna round out our Grammy nods. We can hit to a few of them, y'all, but we gonna round out with our best rap album. We have the Off Season, J. Cole, Certified Lover Boy, Drake, King's Disease 2, Nas, Call Me If You Get Lost, Tyler the Creator, and Donda, Kanye West. Who you got, Hale? I want to know who you got. Who do you think is gonna who should win, Hale? Who should win this?
As I alluded to earlier, I don't like the nominations for this one. Doesn't really make sense to me. A couple of these, like I said, with Nas and Kanye specifically. I'm always a fan of J. Cole and what he does with very little features, which is always good. Yeah. But I really liked Drake's album, as you know. But Tyler's album was just so different and so unique, and was the one Tyler album that I actually liked. because I'm not a big Tyler fan, but I really like this album. So I would not be mad if I saw
I get
Tyler
so hyped
win.
when I hear that. I'm
Tyler
like,
win. I wouldn't be mad if I saw Tyler win.
Are you joining Odd Future? Are you joining the gang? Are you joining the fans?
No, I'm not saying that. Not saying that at all.
I'm excited. Just excited.
But I do like that album. It was a good album. So I'm not gonna be mad if Tyler, Drake, or Cole win. Either one of them would be a win for me. But I would be upset if Nas or Kanye win. If one of them win,
Drake is undeserving of a win. Maybe a nomination just because it's Drake. If Drake won this, that would literally be a slap in the face to rap music. That would just be.
Wouldn't.
Yes, it would. That
stop it.
No, it would. That would literally be a slap in the face. I would boycott the Grammys at that point. I'd be like, all right, yeah, y'all real. I mean, we all know y'all bullshit, but like, because it's not deserving. It wasn't a good album.
It was a good album.
It was not. It was not.
I disagree with.
It was not a good album. It was not. More of the world will agree with me than they will agree with you. I ain't gotta poll it. I just know the album was trash. You already know where I'm at with this. You already know who should win, who I want to win. The campaign begins yesterday, today, and tomorrow, even after the Grammys. If Call Me If You Get Lost does not win, I will be so confused. I would just be confused. I just wouldn't understand. I just really wouldn't.
That's the one that probably should get the nod, especially since is this his first Grammy nom for best rap album?
No. He won for won last one or not the last one, but for Igor, yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
So no, I mean,
so
it's
just a very different album than the rest of these guys had. So,
and the bars were incredible. I will say Cole's off season was really, really good. It was just rap, and I think there just wasn't. I said it when it came out, like it just.
It's what not a lot of sing along with me tracks.
And not just that. What I look for though is like I'm looking for the singles. I'm looking for the radio hits. Like I'm looking for something like as a DJ. I'm looking for something like what can I play in the club?
Yeah,
what can like?
It's
like and the bars were good. So I'm like if the off season won, I'd be like, oh wow, y'all have been owing Cole a Grammy, even though he said fuck y'all for years. I'd be like, oh cool if Cole won, but I don't think like Tyler got singles on this album on top of like incredible lyrical content. So. Mm-hmm. I just think overall it should win. I think it is of the albums on there, it is the superior rap album and has bars and mass appeal, has singles, has something for everyone to connect with and dive into. I think it should win.
Okay.
Yep. He said okay.
I wouldn't be mad if him or Cole win.
Oh man. Yeah. But we will collectively be mad if Drake wins. Okay, great. Look, Unfiltered Gems, you can follow us everywhere at Unfiltered Gems Podcast. Of course, the YouTube subscriptions, all that kind of stuff. You want to keep moving on, or should we break now? What do you want to do, Hale? It's your show.
Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back with some more stuff after that.
The new Studio 54 is here, y'all. If you love disco music, house music, funk, R&B, all of those genres are played and they go crazy at Capacity Dance Party. Hosted and curated by myself, Malcolm Alexander, every single party features one of LA's best DJs and myself spinning nothing but the best dance music around, spreading across all decades. So, to get info and tickets on the next Capacity Dance Party, head over to capacitydanceparty.com and follow us on social media at Capacity Dance Party.
All right, we're back. Unfiltered Gems here. Gotta touch on a case. Gotta touch on a case that we've touched on a couple times. Made mention of it last week when the jury deliberations started, but it's the Ahmaud Arbery case that many of people know it by. Rest in peace to Ahmaud once again. But some form of accountability or justice, as many people are calling it, was found as all three of the suspects, or the murderers, should I say, were found guilty of multiple felony charges, one of which being felony murder. Life in prison is what it's looking like, but sentencing is coming up soon, and then all three of them are also facing federal charges, and that trial is going to start in the near future as well. So, yeah, man, I've got thoughts on it, but I'll let you kind of lead us off real quick before we hop into another topic, just to kind of hear your thoughts on that, because I know that you had made mention on the podcast last week that you did not think they were getting off. I disagreed with you there, so I was happy that they were convicted. But what are your thoughts there?
I mean, naturally, I'm happy to see them. I mean, of course, I can say that, like, and I didn't see it coming. Yes, I am happy to see them getting. I don't know if it's punish is the word, but you know what I'm saying. Like, getting what they deserve. What I think they deserve might be different, but like it's, you know, my thoughts on it are one. I think just black men's relationship with mortality, with death, is really complicated as of late. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I don't like to talk about it even on the podcast. What I'm going to say, though, is I want to know their names because I hate calling this the Ahmaud Arbery trial. I hate calling it the
and I do. And the
Trayvon
reason why I said
Martin
that
trial.
No.
We avoid saying white supremacist names, and it's like, yeah, but also why do we call it the trial of victims when it pertains to black people, and we can't we can't call it the trial, like, no, that was not the George Floyd trial, that was the Derek Chauvin trial. Derek Chauvin was on trial, not George Floyd. And so we always talk about language being important, and I think that is a huge thing. I get very, very upset at how we will paint victims when it comes to black men or black women, and we'll say that this is the Breonna Taylor trial or this is the George Floyd trial, and it's like, these black people are not on trial, they're dead, actually. And I don't think it's fair to them, or I don't think that it's fair to the families having to like kind of hear that in a traumatic way. I think that does something as far as language, and so that's why, like,
I agree. I don't.
That's my only point about it, man. Like,
I don't like saying their names, to be honest with you. I totally get what you're saying. They're on trial, but to me, I don't like saying their names. Their names don't deserve mention on this show, in my opinion. They don't deserve mention on my platform, any platform that I host. So I definitely get what you're saying about that being the trial, but I rather say the person's name who sadly was the victim, because I want to remember them more than I want to remember the person whose name is on trial. So that's just my thought process on it. I definitely get what you're saying there. So
Hale, I completely I hear you. I 100% hear you, and I agree with you. I would not like to call trials victims' name when it pertains to black men and women. That's like, I hear what you're saying, and we don't have to say their names. I think what I want, though, is for when we want to remember and we want to reassure the divinity in our black men and women that we have lost, that have been murdered, that have been lynched in a sense, you know what I'm saying, unjustly. I want the rhetoric and I want the language around them when it comes to remembrance for them to be positive and not come trivial. So I could care less to call the trial the victim, but I will say Ahmaud Arbery's name when it comes to remembering someone who was murdered, right? When it comes and I think things like that, because I think it's so easy to say that, you know, that their names when it comes to something trivial, but then it's like, I want to say Trayvon Martin's name when I'm talking about a black man that was excellent that was murdered. I want to say Breonna Taylor's name when I think about a black woman who was excellent and was murdered, right? But I do not want to talk about their trial. Like, George Floyd was murdered, and these are facts. But I want to say that was an incredible man, that was an incredible father, that was an incredible person, right? And I can say their name in that context. I don't have to call what happened with Derek Chauvin George Floyd's trial, because it wasn't. It was Derek Chauvin's trial. And so I think the reason I bring this point up is because the media also does this. The media can call it the trial of every person that is guilty up until the point that it comes to a black man or woman, but then suddenly becomes the Ahmaud Arbery trial. Ahmaud Arbery is not on trial. The man was murdered. So I need the media, and I want to say this to people because I think, again, there are ways that we can remember these people that were murdered. There's ways that we can remember our black kings and queens and our brothers and our sisters. There's a much better and there's a clearer way, because somehow we see a disconnect when it comes to the media. Even how CNN reports it, how Fox News, they're all guilty. I don't care what side that they claim they're NBC. Why are you still calling it the trial of Ahmaud when Ahmaud is not on trial? His mother is not on trial. His father's not on trial. His sister's not on trial.
Right.
And I just empathize with the family who has to relive this trauma over and over again, especially when even if they try to get away from the news, they turn it on and it's like the trial of their son, of their brother. that's my brother, man, and so that's where it is. I don't want to give platform to murderers, but I also do not want to ever let my language put one of my brothers and sisters on trial. That is my point there.
Gotcha.
That is
okay.
That
yeah, I guess I
point.
never looked at it that deep. I don't think it's ever been that deep to me in a way. I do get what you're saying, but yeah, I get what you're saying though.
You know what I'm saying? Like I like, and it's not even a matter of the language you use. It's like it's the news that, or it's the language that the news uses. Mm-hmm. That's not fair. That's unjust to me.
Yeah.
If a black man is on trial, like O.J. Simpson, 100%. They didn't call it the trial of the woman that he allegedly murdered.
Right.
They called it O.J. Simpson trial. Right?
Mm-hmm.
In most times with any trial, the not the defendant, like you know what I'm saying? It's not the defendant that is on trial.
Yeah. Exactly.
And so language wise, wait.
It is the defendant that's on trial. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's not the
yeah. Okay, there we go. I'm like,
right.
look, I'm not
it's
a
not the
I'm not
victim
a
that's
evil.
on trial.
But it's not the victim that's on trial.
Right.
100%. And so I just literally think when it comes to justice, if we're talking about justice, if we're talking about being fair, if we're talking about fucking accountability, I'm not holding Ahmaud Arbery accountable to anything. So this is not the Ahmaud Arbery trial to me. This is his murderers are on trial.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I just don't want to call it the Ahmaud Arbery trial. I don't want to call it the George Floyd trial. These black men are not on trial. These black women are not on trial. You know what I'm saying? Black people that are continually murdered and killed in this country, they're not on trial.
Right.
And I say that with a lot of emotion in my voice because it like literally that is like, you know what I'm saying? The God Bless America, because I saw my timeline. I mentioned this in the last podcast. Like, these people are not on fucking trial. So it's like, I understand that it's like, if you do not see it like this, I completely understand that, brother. I really, really, really do. But I want all you and I want anyone listening to take inventory of what we're ingesting when it comes to the news. I'm not trying to be the listening, I'm not trying to go hotep on you. I'm just like, why when it comes to black men, black women, when it comes to victims, we call it the trial of them, but we do not ever call it the trial to of the perp, not the defendant, but anyway, look, I'm not a legal eagle. We said this, okay? So you know what I'm saying? Like, it's serious language that really bothers me, and it's not fair when it comes to media coverage. And we want to talk about black people being free in this country. That is my point. Like I said, I'm not trying to drag my point out. I just
gotcha.
Like, that is my point.
Yeah, definitely. As far as something else, unfortunately, sad that took place yesterday, was the loss of, a legend, especially in the art and creative space. And, man, I mean, the world just really knows by Virgil, but Virgil Abloh, I think is the way you pronounce his last name.
It is.
Battled a rare form of cancer for, I guess, a couple years in private. So that's why it was a shock to many people. Seeing the announcement of his passing yesterday. So obviously, rest in peace to him. Prayers to his family, his wife, his kids, everybody was connected to him. I know Kanye was obviously very, very close to him as he created a lot of his albums and things like that. So, man, very, very sad. It just kind of takes me back to Chadwick Boseman all over again, because also another private battle that resulted in the loss of a legend. So, yeah,
man. This one, I mean, again, and as y'all know, like, I'm sitting here sipping margaritas that are finished, smoking cigars. Like, I'm in Mexico, man, and that shit, I just woke up to that the other day. You know what I'm saying? I just go on Twitter real quick. Most of the time, and I'm not even on social media much when I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? I really just but I just saw it, and you're like, fuck. Like, black men really deserve to live, man. We, even in the year that we've seen people that have had drug overdoses, or it is cancer, like, God, I don't know, addiction and cancer, they're all dis-ease. Why is it us, man? Like, it's really, really, really hard to see this, man. And, yeah, man, I want to get too emotional on it. It just hit hard, man. This was Kanye is Kanye because of Virgil. You can't even try to say he was close to Kanye. Like Kanye is Kanye, and it's been really weird in the past. Like the Drink Champs interview, like why did that shit just come out and Kanye's still shitting on Virgil? You know what I'm saying? Because Kanye's still mad that Virgil left to go. Like he's not just mega, bro. He's the first black artistic director of Louis Vuitton. He's the founder of Off-White.
Yeah.
Whether I'm not even saying he's also a DJ. And again, I've been critical of the DJ thing. I've I'm when I wear the clothes sometimes. I mean, not like I'm not saying I'm the biggest fan, y'all. It's just the fact that black men deserve to live long lives, and it's just like time and time again we have to see this dis-ease. Whether it is addiction, whether it is cancer, and I just think it's such a incredible way that he did choose to go out. He battled it in private. We think about sometimes how if you're open about it, does it seem like I'm charity? People might treat me different. Chadwick, I did feel it was very noble. In a sense, it's sad, it's gut wrenching, but to say like I'm gonna handle this in private, you know what I'm saying? Like don't, because you ain't gonna talk to me no different. You're gonna treat me no different. I have nothing but the utmost respect for Virgil Abloh. My deepest condolences to his family. I'm literally clenching my heart, like it. I haven't even had the space to talk about it being away, and it just like saying it out loud. I didn't see this shit coming, and this shit is just really sad. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. Let's move on. Deepest condolences to him and his family.
Absolutely.
That man is a legend, and literally, like I'm talking, like every album cover, the Watch the Throne cover, that's him. Like you know what I'm saying, from Cardi to Playboy, to Big Sean, like to Good Music, like it's just like that like he for style, like literally what y'all are wearing, like Virgil did that shit. Anyway, I just want to say that man literally amazing. Like made Kanye a artist more than a rapper. Like you know what I'm saying, that man like real fucking important. So if y'all don't know who Virgil Abloh is, look the young man up. You know what I'm saying? Also an incredibly proud African man who Tyler shared, how Virgil helped him be proud of his last name, which is an African name. Like Tyler doesn't know, Tyler Creator, I'm talking about, does not know his father, but he said that, in a post on Instagram to remember him, he said that Virgil Abloh made him proud of his African name. And so he started wanting to go by Tyler Okonma, when it came to person relationships. I just think, again, special.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about something fun. Hale, what happened with Ari Lennox, bro? I do not know any of this.
Craziness. That's all I'm gathering.
Not craziness.
But I guess early this morning, Ari Lennox she's been traveling out in Amsterdam, I believe, and she sent out some tweets. First off, starting off saying that racism, while Amsterdam, I'm horrified. I was so happy to travel, and this evil woman, I've never experienced racism so blatant. And shows a picture of airport security. And then after that, she rattles off 6 more tweets. First one saying, F Amsterdam, F Kim, never in my life. The next one says, F Amsterdam security, they hate black people. Follows up with, God. I just want to go home. I'll never leave my house again. Followed up by a tweet that just says, wow. And then the last 2 tweets says, they're arresting me. Before she states that I'm being arrested in Amsterdam for reacting to a woman racially profiling me. So that was all we got from Ari. And then hours later, Dutch military police, who are responsible for, I guess, the security at that airport that Ari was at, said that she was held because of her behavior towards an airline official and for being drunk in public. So that is all that the report is saying so far. So hopefully we have some more news over the next coming days. More importantly, hopefully we can get Ari back to the States, because that sounds like that may
I just want to get Ari back home.
Big miscommunication. Yeah, I have no idea what it could be. And hopefully it's not racial profiling, because then that's just so much. So, and it's always tough, man. That's always one of my fears, because I've never actually traveled outside of the country, outside of Mexico. That's always been one of my fears, is something like that happening. Not necessarily being in the airport security, but something like that happening in a different country where there's either a misunderstanding or something goes wrong, where now you're held in a different country. Like that's
totally,
you need powers higher than you to even get out sometimes in those situations. Like if we look 100%. At the LiAngelo Ball situation, I don't know if people are familiar with that, where he was in, I forget what country it was, but he was on a college trip with his team outside of the country, and was caught stealing from a store out there, and they held him and were saying that they was going to charge him with a bunch of years in prison.
Jeez,
his dad had to somehow get a hold of it. It was crazy. But then who else was held? A rapper was held.
I'm thinking about A$AP Rocky.
A$AP, yes, that's what I'm thinking about. A$AP Rocky. Mm-hmm.
Like,
yep.
Man, dude, that's crazy, man. Holy shit. Well, like, my first thought when you said this whole story is like, believe black women, because I think that's one thing that most times when it comes to any of these stories is somehow it's like the black woman is always going to be painted as like the wrong one or the crazy one, and it's like
right.
I'm a firm believer in like just believe black women. Like I don't know why we have to like question. Not saying that no one is above questioning, you know what I'm saying, or like hey, have your but like just oftentimes it's so quick when it comes to women or people that we disagree with or anybody, people that we're just hating on, like you know what I'm saying, like it's to just disregard them. Like when it comes to women, y'all, please, like can we believe women for once? Like we are better as a community, we are better as a people. Believe women, and y'all for damn straight believe black women. But again, we don't know what happened, so I sincerely hope that it was a misunderstanding. I hope that Ari Lennox is right in this, because I love Ari Lennox.
The reason why I said I hope it wasn't, the reason I was like I hope it's not racism is because then it's just going to make it even deeper. Because if the person who she had the run-in or encounter with is racist, that means the majority of them are racist, or the people she worked with might be racist, and it's just going to be even harder. So no, I just hope it's for her safe return.
Yeah, same. I hope for the safe return. I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I'm saying?
No, I wouldn't be surprised either. Yeah,
white supremacy
it's everywhere. It's not just
an
American
global
thing.
It's a global.
Yep.
Y'all want to talk about COVID, baby? You want to
global
talk about
pandemic,
the real pandemic?
Right? Come on,
white supremacy is now okay. So I hope she's right, and I don't know. I don't hope it's racism for the hope of like, that sucks. But I hope it's racism and not Ari being drunk or Ari being belligerent. You know what I'm saying? Like I love her. I never thought I'd say that on a podcast, on a recording. I hope it's racism.
So
but on period. Look, we got to take a break, y'all. We gonna come back. We got to talk about. Look, I watched it on my laptop. Half it on my laptop, half it on my phone. Insecure. Natasha Rothwell's directorial debut. What?
Got in her bag.
She in her bag. Shout out to Kelly, the character, but Natasha Rothwell, the thespian, the creative, the now director. Mamas, we love you. So before we break, believe black women, y'all. Unfiltered Gems. We'll be back.
Do you like incredible musical performances and engaging conversations? Well, we've got both of those things for you right here at Mental Notes Live, the talk show focused on giving you tools to grow your faith, mindset, and progress. Hosted by yours truly, Ryan Hale. Be sure to follow us everywhere on any social media platform at Mental Notes Live, and go catch up on all of our previous episodes by visiting mentalnoteslive.com.
All right, salute. I promise it's water. Okay, Unfiltered Gems podcast. Me llamo Malcolm Alexander.
And I am Ryan Hale.
So look, we have to talk, y'all. The holidays are here. Okay, Xmas is here. We don't call it Xmas.
We don't.
Hale has a problem with Xmas, y'all. He's team y'all taking Christ out of Christmas. So
I did not say. I never.
From now on,
I didn't.
From now on,
I didn't necessarily say that, but I do think it's
y'all
stupid
are taking
to say
Christ out of Christmas. But y'all taking Christ out of Christmas. Look, okay. We want to talk about the holidays, y'all. We got to keep it. But look, you know, I want some tea. I want to keep it juicy. And we got to talk about dating during the holidays. Hale, I have questions for you, and you might have questions for me. You know? Yeah, I do. I got some questions for you. But you know who's going to help you ask these questions? Our incredible, esteemed, illustrious producer, Miss S.J. Copeland, Sarah, the goddess supreme. You know what I'm saying? We love her dearly.
Yeah.
Sarah, what's the tea on dating on the holidays? Hit us with the questions, the hard-hitting questions. The people want to know.
The hard-hitting.
Such a suck up.
But I love you.
Whatever. Just kidding. So I'm going to start off with the first question.
Okay.
Dating during the holidays. Keep the girlfriend, dump the girlfriend during the holidays. What are we doing?
Wow, we are coming out with the hard-hitting questions.
We come with the hard one. Jesus.
I'm definitely keeping the girlfriend. I mean, there's no reason to dump her.
Yeah, this is peak cuddling season. Like, it's cold no matter where you at. Like, yeah, you keep them. And the holidays are like
the weather outside is frightful.
Okay, frightening. Okay, look, we'll get into carols in the next. Frightening, frightful. It is. It's cold as shit. Look. What I will say, you want to be booed up during the holidays, period. Like,
absolutely,
and like,
absolutely,
and experiencing the holidays is great. You know what I'm saying? Experiencing the holidays is awesome with the significant
that right
other.
person. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Got it. Moving on to the next one about gifts.
The hard hit.
As that relates to that.
The hard
Are
question.
you doing big gifts? Are we doing small gifts? What are we doing? Because I feel like if you don't dump her, you have to do something nice, right? So the cost associated with keeping her.
Not if you don't dump her. Not if you dump her, you have to get her something nice.
So we're just dumping her to avoid the
to
price
avoid
tag.
I feel like people do that.
What are those new bags? The girls like I forget the new
Birkin?
bags. Not a Birkin. There's another bag. It's like the little like a circle. I don't know. Like Hale,
I think we
we
need
are
to
such
put
men.
that
I know. Like we don't.
into the questions for everybody.
Okay.
Have you ever dumped somebody during the holidays to avoid buying them a gift?
Never.
No, I have not. I
Maybe
am
it's just me.
oftentimes.
Maybe it's just Sarah, our savage producer.
Yeah. I haven't done too many holidays with a partner
Right.
though. So
Same.
like I can't even say that I've been. It's even crossed my mind. Most times I've been
Most times it's
single.
me.
Yeah. Most times it's just me, baby. So I'm getting myself an air fryer and wireless headphones this year. That's how I'm treating myself because I've been a great boyfriend to myself.
Dear God. Oh my gosh. That's
okay, no, but
hilarious.
your question, Sarah, you mentioned the price. I will say, price wise.
No, she said big gifts. Oh yeah, go ahead. Yes,
Gifts,
you're on the right track.
Yeah, like I've never been with a partner that has like, oh, I want this $3 billion thing, right? So it's always for me been about like meeting a need. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing like, oh, like she needs more stuff for the office. She needs like household appliances. She might like trips, like, you know what I'm saying? And so like I'm not always looking for the discount, but I'm also not looking for the most expensive thing. I always say like the gifts are about impact. You know what I'm saying? Like how do you relationships about listening, y'all. Like how are you listening and meeting her where she at, or meeting him, whatever you into. Like where are you meeting your partner, where they're at, and for me it's like I don't know. I know for me how I like to receive gifts. Like some of the best gifts I've ever have gotten have never been like expensive gifts, right? They're like gifts that just like mean something. You know what I'm saying? Because someone just like knows me and like got me this gift, and so yeah, that's how I do it for the partner.
That's real true, bro. I was just thinking about that because one of the best gifts I ever got. Shout out to the girl who got this if you're listening, because you're gonna be like, wow, that was a really good gift. But the best gift I ever got was a business card holder, but with one of my favorite scriptures inside of it. I mean, just a
there you
thoughtful
go.
gift.
There you go. That is so
really good gift.
It's like you can see how like that is so impactful. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like it didn't cost $1,000, and it's not. I didn't look for you to give it to me for $1,000. Like it just was.
Right.
So it's like I'm always the way I like to receive gifts is how I like to give gifts. Right. Like I like a gift that's gonna hit me here more than it's gonna be like, yeah, that's right. I made you get me this 800, and but it's Hale understands. We wealthy men, so it's like who looks at the price tag? We buy other expensive shit because we can.
It's stupid.
You guys are such nice guys.
Yeah. I don't mind the I'm not really looking, like I'm on the same track with Malcolm for real. Honestly, I try to think about,
and that's rare,
what they need, something with a thought behind it.
On the same page of that, are you guys doing gifts for their family, like
okay,
mom,
that's where
dad,
we draw the line.
Sisters getting gifts?
That's where we draw the line.
Or
wait a minute.
Damn, Hale, you're a savage. You're a savage.
No, I'm not. Absolutely not. I'm not.
No,
I'll
you're
stand
a savage.
behind
You're
this.
definitely a savage.
No, I'll stand behind
savage.
this. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I guess this is savage. But I don't think you need to be getting you don't need to get family gifts while you're dating. I don't think that. Not while you're dating. Once we're married, okay, cool. Or if I've never been in this situation where I've been dating somebody for 4 or 5 years, I guess maybe then that would be a little different if we've got a strong relationship with the family or whatnot. But yeah, I don't think I would be buying any family member outside of my girl gifts until we're married. And that's a lifelong commitment.
I definitely would, and I definitely have. And it depends.
Just a giver. He's just a giver,
yeah.
isn't he?
Well, what I will say, if you're spending holidays with your partner's family, I'm not going to show up empty-handed. So again, I'm not going to say that I'm sending you like, I'm not getting them, again, the most expensive thing, but maybe you might just get like flowers for the mom, or might get a movie pass for the sister. Like, like it's not gifts that are costing like hundreds of dollars, but the season is about giving. And like I said, if my partner's family is like distant, then I'm not trying to be fucked up, but it's like I'm just not thinking that, because it's like I ain't gonna ship something all the way over. Like maybe if I was married or something like that, then maybe it'd be different. But like, yeah, like if I know I'm gonna, because I've been with partners who like if there's if we're celebrating the holidays together, they don't show. And if you're with my family, I don't say buy my family a gift, but most times that partner is just a giving person, and but the most times I'm with partners that are just giving people, and they're like, cool, but like I thinking about your mom, thinking about your dad. Again, it might just be getting my dad
which is great.
Single cigar. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not like, again, it's just like, it's a giving season. I like to see the look on people's faces of like, hey, I just want to give you something that I think that you would like. And it's not about like stunning, like, yeah, that's right, there's some expensive. It's just, hey, I'm thinking about you. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel that.
Here.
There's nothing. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's just not something that I've done, nor do I see myself doing, unless I just feel very, very overwhelmed by the giving spirit. Not something that's something I'm going to raise my hand for.
100%. You're a savage. Noted.
Okay.
Sarah, you heard that. He's a savage. That's what that's what was said.
Yeah,
okay.
I did.
Call it what you will.
Well, my gift
I know. Damn. No, you probably won't be getting one from Hale.
Just kidding.
Nor Malcolm. Malcolm has bought all his girls' family gifts. Hasn't got me one gift yet, Sarah. So you ain't gonna be getting no gift either.
Girls' families. Wow. Did you just like plural, like not just a girl's family? No, like all my girls. You know what, Sarah? Next question. This man out here tried to start shit. He tried to start.
Moving
shit.
on.
I'm in Mexico, yo. I got margaritas and cigars. I ain't
Ryan gets in trouble.
I'm not doing this.
It kind of relates to the last question. Do you guys, when you're dating, do you keep it between the two of you for Christmas, or do you want to include them in your family Christmas? Like, do you bring them over and do all of that? Do you keep it separate, or do you just do the two of you?
I've done both. So I've been in relationships where I just kept it separate, but I've also been in ones where, hey, like we're playing games after blah blah. You want to come over? Cool. So I've done both. For me, it just depends on how not close we are, but how she vibes with my family too. That's big. So if it's like comfortable, then cool. If it's gonna be weird, then it's probably not the best idea. So
why?
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I've never been there where it's weird.
I'm not saying that I have. I'm just saying, thinking
the hard-hitting questions. Thank you, Sarah.
Right. So, man, she really is coming with it. I'm saying in the future, like if I'm dating somebody quickly, like if we just started dating and let's say over the summer and Christmas came up, and it's not a lot of interaction with my family has come just yet, then maybe that's something that I say for next Christmas.
You can't do the first time we're meeting. Like the first time, like
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Family cannot be Christmas.
Right.
It will not happen like that.
Yeah.
Like
no.
You would have had like you would. But to the question, do I keep it between the two or keep it with family? No, I keep it where the alcohol's at. So wherever the liquor's pouring, wherever the spiked eggnog is at, that's where me and my partner gonna be on the holidays. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna be at my house, and we're gonna be at their house, and we're gonna be at my parents' house, and we're gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, I got different parents' houses. I got different people that I call parents. Grandparent lives somewhere, grandma lives somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like it's where the liquor, where the good times at. I'm where the good time is at. on Christmas. You know what I'm saying? I ain't look. Last year though, but that was pandemic. I feel like that's so different. I was like, that was a pandemic relationship. So it's we were pandemic Christmas. So it was like nobody could go anywhere. Like, yeah, 100%. Like, so
Gotcha.
I don't think I would ever want to do a Christmas like with just, well, I would do one with just me and my partner, but I feel like Christmas is such about family. Like I always want to be around people.
Right.
So
Right.
like if I'm in a relationship during the holidays, I want to be around family. You know, I just like I know last year, like, you know, like definitely being in a relationship during the holidays last year, like I wanted so badly to be with family, but my partner and I couldn't, and that's what sucked. So we were in multiple Zooms. went from one Zoom party to another to another to another, and we're still drinking. So yeah, good time.
Nice.
Well, look, Sarah, thank you. The hard-hitting questions, they're
Yes,
appreciated. I need y'all
welcome.
to love on Sarah. She's amazing. We do appreciate her dearly. Okay. At Unfiltered Gems Podcast, want to know your opinions on relationships. One, to the, you know, are you ditching out because of the gifts? How do you give gifts to your partner? Do you prefer, you know, solo holiday, you know, with your partner, or do you prefer it with, you know, you, your partner, and your family? We want to know. So at Unfiltered Gems Podcast, of course, if you have questions for us, unfilteredgemspodcast@gmail.com. You can hit us there too. Okay, look, speaking of things that we love, like holiday, like gift, we got to talk about Insecure, y'all. We mentioned it earlier. Natasha Rothwell's directorial debut. If you don't know who Natasha Rothwell is, that is the thespian, the goddess that plays Kelly on Insecure. So she was not in the episode last night. She was directing it. Easily one of our favorites. We adore her. Hale, oh my God, I have so many thoughts about the episode, bro. Like, where start us off, King. How this episode make you feel?
Man, it left me with a lot of different emotions. It kind of took me through a ride of emotions, I would honestly say, because it started me off laughing and cracking up with the way it started off with the fantasy, if you will, of Issa tossing or jump shooting a baby.
Fuck them kids, like just
before drop kicking controller
punting kick to Condola's whole chest.
So that was hilarious at first, but then obviously it ended off with some bad vibes, in my opinion, with Issa and Nathan's argument, if you will, or disagreement. I don't even know what you want to call that. It was just weird.
It was stressful is what the fuck that was. That was stressful. Just, I was like, why are we doing this, y'all? Why?
No,
why?
100%.
Why are we doing this? Like, I am.
Go ahead.
I feel like 2 episodes ago, I was team Issa Nathan. Now I'm like, all right,
bro.
Like, I can give Nathan, you know, way for, you know, mental health, and I get it because we all experience it. I can give the same to Issa, but Nathan's right as far as Issa being a little bit everywhere.
True.
Like, there's some. I found myself conflicted because I'm just like, they're both a little right.
There's some truth to both.
There's some truth in both, but they can also both afford to be incredibly accountable for how they're feeling, and the fact they're not saying, like, Nathan still don't want to say I love you, so clearly Nathan is not in love with Issa. And I think what we established from last episode, like, Issa is not in love with Daniel.
You know what I've realized, and I saw somebody tweet this, and I thought they were spot on. Issa right now is in a phase where she's really looking for a win. And I'll say it like this. If we look through these episodes so far, we start off by seeing her on such a high in a way. She dumps Lawrence, and then we see that year pass by, and then it looks like she's on her grind with the business, with the block. But then after that, it didn't really go how she wanted it to go, because Crenshaw now is shading the block. He's shading her name, which is 100%. Hurting her business in a way. So she's got that to deal with. Then she's trying to fight, or not fight, but fight those feelings that she may still have for Lawrence, while trying to figure out if she can move on past that, as we saw with her crying on Nathan. And then now trying to jump in this relationship with Nathan. But I think that I love you was more of, I just really need to hear this back right now. Because for some reason, I'm not feeling loved. I'm not feeling love for whatever the case may be outside of Molly. She's not feeling it, and she wants to find that romantic love outside or since Lawrence, and Nathan's not giving that to her.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's a fault of Nathan's, because like we talked about last time, maybe he's just not ready.
Yeah.
But it is tough. It would be tough for me hearing, man, maybe LA is not the best fit for me or whatever when we're in this relationship.
That wasn't cool. And the fact that he wasn't trying to have that conversation, you know, or even just understand, like, Issa's like, well, like, yo, you know, and it's one thing, like, if you're going to say that, like, that's babe, I'm trying to be with you and I love you or I care about you. Yep. I think this city. But again, you can tell that this man just hurt. Like, nigga hurt. Like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he really got played. I do not fuck with that other barber. Like, that nigga trash. Like, trash.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm saying?
You mad
like,
because you
100% can take my head. If my barber was 30 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour late, I'm sorry, I'm jumping in and like, no, I don't give a damn about what barber ethics y'all have. You that late? You know what I'm saying? Because and it's like, and let me not say I'd never, like, shout out to D Platinum Cuts in Inglewood, okay? That's my barber, and like, I just want to shout out Black business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need y'all to support this man because I still drive to Inglewood to get my hair cut. Look, what I would say is like, it's disrespectful as a client to a barber to be late to your appointment. You know what I'm saying? And I have apologized. That's why I shouted him out, because like, I apologize. I was like 15, 20 minutes late, like, one time. Y'all, I still feel guilty about one time being that late. You know what I'm saying? Like, so let alone a barber should never be late. Like, nigga, if you want this money, you best be on time.
Facts. And but I think the barber was a bigger symbol for just people in general in our lives who are not on their grind, like you may be, but they get so mad at you for doing what you're supposed to be doing that they want to just kind of try to shade you or try to come at you for your flaws or your inadequacies or whatever the case may be. So,
and also weaponizing Nathan's mental health. Like, that was not okay, because like Nathan really didn't say anything. He simply just made a case for himself, and like, my man's took it way out of context. And so it's like, naturally, that's what's eating at Nathan. Like, and again, hurt people. He's projecting. He doesn't like, he's feeling a lot and still can't have a vulnerable, he's not giving himself the space. And I think that's just a symptom of just being a Black man, right?
Yeah.
Just giving yourself the grace in the space to really vocalize how you feel. Be honest with yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, as someone who is experiencing or has a mental health journey, has an experience with bipolar disorder or depression or anxiety or what have you, it can be very hard to vocalize that, even if it is to a significant other, right? And then, I totally agree. Yeah, and he had a moment with Issa, so it's like, it seems as if, you know, Issa's making it about her, and that's just not what it is. She heard one thing, and her perception of it, it is a selfish thing. Her perception of it is what's going to guide her part of the argument. But then for Nathan, it's doing the same thing, and so I just think that two people that love each other will always find the common ground, and they'll find the space to give each other grace to talk and communicate, and that's just not the case with Issa and Nathan.
Yeah, you might be right. I do have some more questions about Issa and Nathan that we'll come back to in a second. But I do want to take a quick pivot to talk about my girl, who is just all over the place yet again. Molly.
Man. A hot mess.
Oh, gosh.
Hot
and
mess.
I love her so much. But she make it hard to love her.
A hot mess.
Goodness. She's just all over the place. And I know that she's got a lot going on with her mom right now and that situation. And I feel for her on that, because that would be tough. But it's like, I don't know. It's just like, I never want to be in that situation where you don't even remember what happened the night before. Now you out here looking stupid. and not in front of your friends or your family. That's one thing.
But in front of your
not in front of your friends. Oh my gosh, that's so tough. And then it looked like she might be having some feelings for old boy, the lawyer.
But again, what it is, but look, bruh, it's the same thing with Nathan.
I know.
She's projecting.
Looking for a win. Yep.
She's looking for a win. You know what I'm saying? And again, I think Issa's looking for a win. What she's looking for is escape. She has all these feelings.
That's
so
good,
she puts those feelings in her work.
You're preaching good, Malcolm.
She puts her feelings in her work. You know what I'm saying? She puts her trauma in her work. You know what I'm saying? Like, why did I get more emotional just to the FaceTime of her mom waking up than she did? Anyway, back to work, having feelings, like again,
No, she was she was excited. She was emotional. She didn't get back to work. That's why she. That's why she.
The way she looked at Tyron, she might have been ready to get back to work. Because again, it's the same. It's the same part of the. No, I'm serious, and I don't mean that in an innuendo kind of way. I'm same part of the brain as far as like I have these feelings. I don't think Molly has ever had genuine feelings for a man. I think what she does, she has these moments of excitement, right? She has these moments of excitement, and then suddenly it's her emotions that she feels compelled to like, oh, this is serendipitous. No, it's not serendipitous. It's not. Man's just there. He's good looking, and you're attracted to him in this one time because you finally had a vulnerable and a personable moment because you decided to open up to him. Like I'm not trying to go there, right? It's the same thing. Like Molly over here looking for an escape.
They both decided to open up to each other. I'm not gonna let you kill her on that. They both decided to open up to each other because he's been rude throughout all the seasons too.
But timeline wise, that does make sense in the times and the seasons that he was rude.
No, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and just like Nathan, like Issa, either you project, you're going through something, and no, the workplace is not the place to bring your traumas to and say like, oh, by the way, yeah, my mom had a stroke and she's not awake right now. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
Molly could have offered her that grace, but Molly again, she wants to take out her stuff in work. She doesn't want to face it. She could have easily been there for her mom, but she wanted to have the win with work. She wanted to look a certain way. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's no better than like you're getting your fix. You're still getting your high. You know what I'm saying?
I just don't know if she's. I don't know if she's trying to get the high per se, or if it's just her genuinely trying to get her mind off things. But I do get what you're saying. There may be a little bit of both, if anything, because I do feel like her being at the hospital wasn't helping matters because, as we saw in last episode, she was just very controlling and trying to control the whole situation. But then her being at work is like she can't even focus on her work because she's so worried about what's going on with her mom and what's going on outside of here, which is normal, which I get. Normal.
But if you're gonna go to work, then I don't know.
Go to work.
Like go to.
We here.
If you're gonna go to work, go to work. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if I use my phone during work, it's for notes. If not, when I'm hosting and when I'm doing things, my phone's over there because I know if I see text come through, it is.
I'm be distracted.
Exactly. If I start seeing certain texts come through, and I've been there, I've been hosting. I've literally had what happened to Molly happen, where I'm somewhere and a certain name comes across and a certain word, and I scan it and I'm thrown off. Like I do this hosting shit.
I think it's happened to everybody.
Like I've been there.
Yep.
It's happened to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And even if you're not a host, you know what I'm saying? You can just be somewhere trying to be focused on one thing, and you got to be at work, and now you can't be present in work because your ass is somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So if Molly really wanted to go to work, she'd go to work. Again, I think Issa, Molly, Nathan, everyone's showing it's just in the air right now. A clusterfuck. The energy of not knowing what we want. It's giving big clusterfuck energy from the characters. It's not giving growth. It is giving, I'm very happy, and it's serving me to create all this bullshit. It serves each of these characters right now to just create more bullshit to hold them back from what they really want.
4 episodes left. We'll see where they go and how they grow from here. But my final question that I have for you before we wrap up is,
Hello.
I know we kind of touched on this at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Of how we both felt like we weren't going to get both in the sense of Issa's relationships. We weren't going to get a reunion with Molly and a reunion with Lawrence. That's what we thought. Yeah. But now seeing how this is taking place with her and Nathan, obviously it looking like it's on the downward spiral right now. Just the way things ended. It doesn't look like it's that healthy, right? And obviously we saw her reaction at finding out that Lawrence moved back. So obviously some feelings are still there.
Again, you don't know what you want, man. I'm sorry. That reaction, but, like right there.
I know. But honestly, I'm not asking what you want. I'm saying what you think will happen. Do you think, 2 questions, do you think Issa and Nathan are going to last? And also, do you think that if they don't, or maybe when they don't, that Issa will get back together with Lawrence in some capacity?
Okay, not what I want, but what I think.
Exactly.
Okay, not what I want, but what I think will happen.
Yep.
I think Issa and Nathan are not gonna last. It just doesn't look like it just doesn't look positive. The
Right.
forecast ain't looking all that sunny based off the context of this episode.
Right.
If they break up, do I think Issa and Lawrence will get back together?
It's tough.
This show has consistently not given us what we think is going to happen.
So true.
So I don't know. Like what I'm sorry. I know it's not what I don't. I know it's not what I want, but I don't want Issa and Lawrence to get back together because I just. Feel
I know.
It's too fairy tale to me, and maybe I'm just
Right.
like a dark motherfucker, but it's just too. It's too fairy tale to me. Like, be realistic, be adult about this shit. But
I feel like that is, in a way, even though it would be too fairy tale, that is. It's not that it's not realistic though. It's not unrealistic if they got back together.
It's not. And I think how they could write it potentially could be really,
Exactly.
really special because,
Mm-hmm.
you know, people who are now choosing to love each other and one person has a child with a former lover. You know what I'm saying? And like the grace and the space that, well, you know, I just think that that's going to be too much character development in 2 to 3 episodes to show the maturity
That's
of how
true.
that could happen. Like, unless they do just, and I hope they don't do no flash forward, you know, like the last episode.
I
just
know.
10 years
Not
in the
another one.
future.
Not another one.
Like,
Nope.
you know what I'm saying? Like, like what
Yeah.
happens right now? Are these characters going to make some grown ass decisions in 2 episodes? I just don't know. So I don't think they'd write them together because I think it would be too easy.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
It'd be too
It's gonna be tough.
fairy tale, and it'd be too easy.
Yeah.
But look,
I was
just like alcohol at a holiday party, baby. I'm just here along for the ride. Let's go.
Facts. I was dying laughing seeing the tweet yesterday that said, "I'm so excited for another 30-second episode of Insecure."
Yeah,
Those episodes
like
be flying by.
Oh my god! Right when you're in it, it's like it's
There it is.
off.
Uh-huh.
They kill it.
Gotta be
I do
quicker
want to
than that.
shout out an incredible business in LA. It is so special to myself and friends of mine. The scene where the dream sequence, if you will, at the end, towards the end of the episode.
Okay.
Shout out to Poppy's Tacos. That's a real spot. They got the best churros in like South LA. I fucks with them. Their tacos are so good. Their birria is so
Oh, I
good.
love
Like I just,
birria.
oh my
Damn.
god, like the birria tacos are so good. So I just got to give a huge shout out to Poppy's Tacos. I heard that the restaurant burnt down, so naturally I think this might have been filmed prior, or if not, this was a fake set. So she might have just went to shout him out. But it looked like the real building. Like I went there tons of times, even during the pandemic because it's outside. So but they're fire. So if you guys are ever in South LA, Poppy's Tacos, yo, that scene, like the fact that scene came up and it was a dream sequence where it was just hilarious
Right.
what happened. Lawrence has a new job where he makes $1 billion
$1 billion.
a month. And his dick grew 2 inches.
What did she say at the end about winners? Winners always.
Oh my god!
Winners always go first, or something like that.
Oh yeah, because Condola showed up after Issa. Issa
Yeah,
waiting
she
there.
said, "You got
And
here
the owner
after
got
me."
called. It said you got here after. She goes, well, winners always go first. It was just, I'm sorry, the shit
Oh,
was
that's
fucking hilarious. And it took, I went place and literally one of my favorite taco and churro spots in South Los Angeles, and so
That's
I
dope.
just thought that scene just meant the world. I literally saw this right before we were recording, bro. So I'm sitting here in Sayulita like dying, eating some fire tacos and churros.
Yeah.
But like Poppy's and down here in Sayulita, baby, like they're like they're the same. It's fire. It's just it's just
amazing.
fire food. So Hale, you know, when you touch down, we'll and granted that they're open, we pulling up on Poppy's. It's fire food.
We got to do it. Got to do it.
Man. Hale, you got anything else, man? We gonna close out. Look, I'm gonna hit the beach. I know it's a little dark, but I can still go to the beach. I got I got refills to have.
There you go.
The whole nine, brother. What you got for him?
Nothing else, man. Just an amazing show. Definitely got to shout out our social media and our YouTube. Be sure to subscribe everywhere and follow us on any social media platform at Unfiltered Gems Podcast. So be sure to do that. Outside of that, man, another great show.
Yeah, man. Of course, shout out to this our producer, Sarah. Thank you tons. We appreciate you guys.
Of course. Love you, Sarah.
It's Xmas season. It's Christmas
Here we go.
season. It's Christmas season, y'all. It's the holidays, so of course, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, the whole nine. We in it, man. So from Sayulita, hasta luego, me llamo Malcolm Alexander.
And I am Ryan Hale. We will see you guys next week.